Welcome to DC TV. My name is Josh alongside Sophia, and this is your news for today, Thursday, March 20th, 2025. Prime Minister Mark Carney is expected to ask the Governor General to dissolve Parliament on Sunday and call an election, sources state. Carney is doing this after public opinion polls have been placed at Liberal Party first. Poll trackers say if an election took place now, the Liberals could obtain 176 seats over the Conservatives' projected 133. This is happening just over a week after Carney was sworn in as Prime Minister. The voting date is expected to be either April 28th or May 5th. In a wide-ranging interview on Tuesday evening on Fox News, Trump took yet another shot at Canada, stating, quote, "Canada was meant to be the 51st state. We do not need their cars. We do not need their lumber. We do not need their energy. We do not need anything." Trump claimed that Canada is one of the worst nations to negotiate with, and his end goal is to reduce America's trade deficit to Canada. As the semester winds down, Durham College is preparing to welcome thousands of new prospective students. Let's go to Tyler with more.
Thanks, Josh. Here at DC Oshawa and over at the Whitby campus, hundreds of staff, faculty members, and volunteers are getting ready for DC's twice-annual open house. Right now, anybody keen to apply to Durham College can register to attend the event from 10 till 2 on Saturday, April 12th. There's over 140 programs that future students can learn about and apply to. With so many choices to make, program coordinators and faculty members will be there to answer any questions and show off their programs.
I think one of the most important things for students to know coming into open house is that they now have the opportunity to choose their path and choose their direction. They have an opportunity to see and hear about programs that they may not have thought before.
Thanks to the open house, applying to Durham College has never been easier. In fact, the college will be covering the $150 application fee to anyone who applies during the event.
It's a fantastic opportunity to see the space, to see the campus. We also will have faculty representatives here, for example, to talk about different programs. So it's a chance to chat with potential professors that they will have.
There's going to be free t-shirts, financial aid support booths, guided tours, and the student services will be up and running. As an added bonus, all open house registrants who attend the event will automatically be entered to win a $5,000 tuition credit. If you're looking for some real hands-on experience, come to your local Oshawa College on April 12th. For DCTV News, I'm Tyler Pick. Back to you, Josh.
Thanks, Tyler. U.S. tariffs on Canadian goods pose a large risk to the Canadian greenhouse sector. According to the executive director of Ontario Greenhouse Vegetable Growers, Richard Lee, the 3 days that the tariffs were in place cost the Ontario greenhouse sector more than $6 million. The U.S. had placed a 25% tariff on most exports from Canada, with a 10% tariff for Canadian energy exports. The U.S. cited national security concerns with immigration and drug flow as justification for the tariffs. A woman has been seriously injured in a stabbing on Danforth. Officers were notified of the stabbing in the area of Greenwood and Danforth around 11:30 Wednesday night. Police say the female walked herself to the hospital with these life-threatening wounds. They also say they have no information on the suspect at this time. Millions of people gamble for fun, but if you're not careful, it can turn into a harmful habit. We'll be right back after this quick message.
I can't stop winning. I can't stop winning.
Has this ever happened to you? Winning high at the tables, getting thousands of dollars, but eventually all those wins comes at a price. As your castle begins to fall and your money slowly drains from your account, you just tell yourself, one more game to win it all back. But you never do, because in gambling, the house always wins. Gambling doesn't just take your money, it takes your time, your focus, and your future. If you or a loved one is suffering from gambling addiction, please call the gambling hotline at 1-888-230-3505.
That's all your news for now. Next, Sophia has everything you need to know from the sports world.
Thanks, Joshua. The Leafs were in action last night as they took on the Colorado Avalanche. In a bizarre sequence during the third period, Leafs Simon Benoit tossed the puck into the neutral zone, which landed on a ref who had fallen on the ice, setting up Steven Lorentz for the winning goal. Austin Matthews also scored for the for Toronto as they took home the win 2-1. Nichushkin scored the lone goal for the Avalanche. Toronto was back on the ice tonight when they take on the New York Rangers. The puck drops at 7 Eastern. The FIFA World Cup is set for next year, with Toronto and Vancouver amongst many host cities for North America. The city of Toronto is already planning ahead of the tournament, setting aside nearly $11 million alone for tickets, and they plan to sell them at a higher cost. Some city councilors have called out this plan, claiming it as, quote, scalping. The city claims this is way to recoup costs from the over $300 million spent on hosting and preparations for the World Cup. Rivalries are a big part of any good sports game. Blake has more on the events happening through the rest of the day at the CRWC.
Men's matchup will be the battle of the year, with both the Ridgebacks and Lords having a win under their belt. The Ridgebacks have been on a high, clinching a playoff spot after beating the Carleton Ravens. The Lords have had another spectacular season, finishing 17-1 in the conference. And
For
to
DCTV
Durham College
News,
students,
I'm Blake
what they
Sparrow.
thought of the college.
Finally, in the NBA, the Toronto Raptors are concluding a 4-game road trip as they take on the Golden State Warriors. The Raptors have lost their last 2 games, while the Warriors have gone 15-3 since acquiring Jimmy Butler at the trade deadline, who has been averaging just over 17 points and 6 assists for the Golden State. Tip-off is at 10 p.m. Eastern. That's a wrap on sports. Now over to Sam, who has the latest in the world of entertainment.
Thanks, Sophia. Tracy Morgan had courtside sickness when the New York Knicks were hosting the Miami Heat. The game was delayed for more than 10 minutes. Morgan said food poisoning caused him to feel ill during Monday's game. The actor-comedian went on social media on Tuesday with a smile on his face, saying that he felt better. Morgan also mentioned that the Knicks are undefeated on the court when he is feeling ill. In a social media post, J.K. Rowling appeared to take an indirect swipe at the Golden Trio, Daniel Radcliffe, Emma Watson, and Rupert Grint. When the author was asked on X which actor/actress ruins the movie for her, she replied, 3 guessed. Sorry, but that was irresistible, with laughing emojis. The actor have distanced themselves from Rowling since her controversial views on transgender rights, while Harry Potter co-star Ralph Fiennes had defended her against backlash. Meghan Markle and Prince Harry have been facing disapproval since their exit for a while now. Meghan's latest lifestyle series, With Love, Meghan, has received immense criticism. Despite the show debuting in Netflix's global top 10 with mixed reviews and several mocking from The Independent, calling it queasy and exhausting, The Tonight Show host Jimmy Fallon also mocked a viral moment from the series. Amongst all this, Netflix CEO Ted Sarandos defends the former Suits actress. With the Oscars just wrapped up, speculation is already swirling about next year's host. Here's Alex with more on this.
Conan O'Brien will return as the host of the 98th Oscars next year. After earning rave reviews running the show just a month ago, it's obvious why ABC would pick the former late-night host to continue his tenure with the ceremony in 2026. O'Brien has had a roller coaster of a career over the last 40 years. From writing for SNL and The Simpsons in the 90s to hosting 3 different talk shows over 3 different decades, it wouldn't be brash to call him one of the hardest working men in Hollywood. His gig hosting the Academy Awards wasn't even his first time hosting an award show, having hosted the Primetime Emmys in both 2002 and 2006. How do you think Conan's going to do next year?
I think Conan's going to do great. I used to watch his late night show, and I think that he's a very fun person overall.
The famous host has had a tumultuous year to say the least. After debuting his brand new show, Conan O'Brien Must Go on Max earlier in the year, both of his parents passed away just 3 days apart back in December. If you got to pick the host for the next Oscars, who would you pick?
Will Smith, because I want to see him come back after that one time.
Conan has already released a statement following the announcement of his return, stating, "The only reason I'm hosting next year is that I want to hear Adrian Brody finish his speech," a joke referencing Brody's record-breaking 5-minute and 40-second long Best Actor acceptance speech. Only time will tell how round 2 will go with Conan, but we here at DCTV News are all just Brian to find out. I'm Alex Ray. Back to you, Sam.
Thanks, Alex. Grey's Anatomy star Ellen Pompeo recently opened up on the backlash she faced after her $20 million salary was leaked in 2018. Speaking on the Call Her Daddy podcast, Pompeo stated that few peers congratulated her calling it a reflection of patriarchy and misogyny. She further added that she had to defend her pay by researching ABC's profits and said deserved a percentage. All is well for her as she stars in Hulu's Good American Family, premiering March 19th. That's all for your world of entertainment. Now let's head over to Cassandra with the weather.
Thanks, Sam. Very entertaining. Hello and welcome. This is your weather forecast for the next 5 days. Today is March 20th, the first day of spring. It was quite a warm day yesterday, and throughout the week, we'll be staying in the positives, but prepared to bundle up. Today, here in Oshawa, it is 11, and it feels like 9 with a low of -4. There will be a 70% chance of some showers this afternoon. Tomorrow, it is starting to cool down a bit, but with a high of 5 and a low of -3. It will be very bright and a great day to go and suck up the sun. Moving towards the weekend, we have, it's going to be pretty bitter. Saturday brings a high of 5 and a low of -7, but with a 40% chance of showers. You might want to pack up an umbrella if you have plans on going out. On Sunday, there will be a clear blue skies, but with a high of just 2 and a chilly low of -7. Looking ahead to Monday, we're heating up a little bit to a high of 7, but with a 24% chance of rain or snow. We could possibly see a bit of everything. I'm Cassandra Grant, and that is your 5-day forecast. Up next, we have Josh at the news desk to wrap things up.
Sandra, and that concludes our news on campus and beyond for today. Please be sure to follow us on X at DC Broadcasting or check out our website at dctv.ca. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time. Have a great day.